So I wanted to try to reiterate on my last point about Tekken having a Tekken Tag Tournament 2 exemplifying its most important traits instead of just doing whatever bullshit is crazy. So I'm gonna pick a character. Who's a character? Brian. Brian. Let's do Brian. Um, I don't play Brian. Wait, why the fuck did I pick them? No, no. What am I doing? No, no. I'm just gonna pick Devilgen because I'm more comfortable with him. What I mean by Tekken Tag 2 exemplifying the traits that Tekken has instead of making it bullshit is the fact that most of the things you see in Tekken Tag 2 are just more exaggerated versions of what you would already normally do in Tekken games. Like for example, the movement in Tag 2 is much more powerful and much more deliberate than other Tekken games. Like for example, you don't really have a lot of homing moves in Tekken. And the ones that do home are kind of here. 1, 2, 3. That's it. I thought spinning high kick was homing. No, no, no. It's not. It just spins around. It's not a homing move. The homing moves are important because they force your opponent to not sidestep every attack. And for some characters who have a weak side, like the Mishimas, like you sidestep. What direction is it? Sidestep right. Sidestepping right is their weak spot because their electric is done with the right fist. So if you just sidestep right, easy. Hold on, wait. Wait, what? Is it sidestep left? Okay, it is sidestep left. No, sorry, sidestep left is what I was trying to say here. The reason that homing moves have to be so powerful in this game, but very limited, is because sidestepping and just movement in general in this game is very powerful, considering that side step guarding is like probably the best option you have against most attacks. And there aren't that many god buttons compared to Tekken 7. So you're mostly relying more on fundamentals than you are on trying to exemplify your offense. Another thing that I want to touch on is, I don't think I have any examples here, but hold on. Now, combo damage in this game is very, very, very high, especially in tag mode. But the reason it's so high is because in tag mode, you're typically encouraged to switch your characters out. And that's basically reinforced with the fact that most of the damage that you take is red life, especially when they do their most damaging combos with tag assault, since that's what causes the red life to build up so fast. And if you're putting your opponent in a situation where they have to get hit, especially given the insane movement that this game has, and the lack of options that you have to relatively punish them or check them, then it just kind of goes to show that you really do need some sort of powerful offense or some powerful way to balance out the ridiculous defense that you have. Or what am I trying to say here? The reason combo damage is so high is just because that movement is really powerful, and that there's not a lot of god buttons in the game to stuff out approaches. And because of that, the core Tekken experience of like trying to bait an attack, punishing with like mid checks and low pokes, trying to maneuver around your opponent's offense, the mix-ups and everything, that's what causes the combo damage to be so high, because all of that is doubled up with the fact that you have two characters instead of just one, at least in tag mode. I don't really play tag mode, but it's important to keep it as like an option there. again, I'm not a big fan of throw breaks for it being like 15 frames, but given the fact that you have to manage, two characters at once, plus their animations, plus their frame data, plus their knowledge checks and everything, I think making it 20 frames was probably a better idea. But I'm not gonna dog on them for a game that was released in 2014. And this is without getting into the important stuff like the tier lists and how you can make certain characters' weaknesses basically null and void if you just have a proper team composition. So when it comes down to it, really, you have a Tekken game that forces players to engage with the systems even more than they would in, say, like Tekken 5 or Tekken 6. I wouldn't really say Tekken 7, because Tekken 7 is just trying to be Tekken Tag with a little bit more casual appeal. You know, you've got power crushes, you've got rage arts, rage drives, you've got Negan from The Walking Dead. I don't know how they got that guy in the game. I'm still appalled. But yeah, it's pretty cool how they managed to cram so much Tekken into a single game and just like overflow to the brim with just raw Tekken gameplay experience. So yeah, that's basically just what I wanted to talk about here.